Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt, and welcome to iRacing. Now, this is obviously not an action roguelike. It's not Brotato, it's not RoboQuest, but this is what I originally wanted to do with the channel. It's one of my favorite things to do, is sim racing. So today we're going to be entering an FIA Formula 4 open race at Suzuka International Circuit. A couple things about this race. One, I will not be qualifying for this race. This is going to be the first time I've ever recorded and raced at the same time, and so I want to make sure that I can at least start and talk a little bit about the race and not be too caught up and trying not to get destroyed by or clouded by somebody behind. I'd like to finish the race too, so I won't be qualifying too. During the qualifying session, I'm going to walk you guys through what I do over a lap for gearing, for turn in, for brake points, everything. I'll let you know what I do. You guys can let me know down below if you agree with those or if you think that we could be faster by doing something slightly different. I seem to be 2 to 3 seconds off the fastest guys per lap, depending on the setup, the track conditions, and just in terms of pure skill. That being said, let's talk about the track a little bit. Now, Suzuka is located in Japan, and of course, Japan gets very hot summers. So this whole week, the track has been absurdly hot, been about 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, which, if you're familiar with racing, is a very high temperature and causes the cars to be very slippery. So this entire week, we've had to deal with oversteer, lots and lots of oversteer. That being said, we're going to start as close to the back as we can, and then hopefully the race is going to go well. We'll talk about the results after, and I'll see you guys when we get into the lap where I talk about what I do. So here we are finishing the out lap, and now let's talk about what the qualifying lap looks like. So we're coming out of here. We're obviously flat all the way through this turn and down the main straight. Now at the end of this straight, we're going to be braking at about 50, just lightly, and going down to 5th into the first right-hander, T1. It's kind of a shallow right-hander that tightens later on. So here we go, 50. Down to 5th. I use a little bit of throttle, then go wide, down to 3rd, and then hug this apex close because it's pretty easy to go off on the grass here. Now, all the way through here, turn 3, we're staying in 4th. Turn 4, we're staying in 4th. Using throttle and brake where necessary to aid rotation, still in 4th. And then here, I like to go wide, drop to 3rd, touch the apex there, then back up into 4th, and you want to hug this curb. You want to get as close to this curb as possible because it's really easy to run off into the grass up here. If you got a little bit of a better run, you'd be going faster. There's a chance to get up to 6th here, but I usually don't. Drop down to 4th, touch that curb, and where the light green strip ends, that's where I brake. Down to 3rd, run out onto the curb here. And now coming up to this turn, this hairpin, I'm basically looking for where the rear wheel passes the end of the curbing. So then brake down to 2nd, trail brake through the hairpin. Try and get on throttle early because you've got sort of a long flat bit, so you really don't want to be dilly-dallying on the throttle, though you do have to be careful with it. It's not one and the same to be reckless with it. Now we're coming up to spoon. We're going to be at top gear, right where the road is. Brake down to 5th. Hold 5th, coast a little bit now. Down to 4th, down to 3rd. Right here, there's a ton of oversteer because it's a crest. Careful on the throttle. Down to 3rd only. And then we're going flat all the way through 130R. You're going to see approaching, we've got another maybe 500 meters. And right at the 50 marker, I just turn the wheel slightly to the left, keep it completely flat, touch the inner curb, let it run out. And then here, right at the 100 for the chicane. And then usually you don't miss the apex, usually you want to hit the apex. You can run out onto this curb here, and that is the lap. So because I actually don't want to qualify, I'm going to give myself a 0x real quick. There it is. And that's that. That is what the lap looks like, and we'll see you when the race is starting. All right, guys, so I am on the grid in 18th, meaning that there are 5 people starting behind me. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take the start normal. I'm not going to go from the pit lane, and then we're going to see what we can do throughout the race. So when the lights are about to drop, I'll be back. And here we go.
46. The air temp is
put it in first.
22 Celsius. Okay, Matthew, are you ready?
We're going to try to survive the first lap.
Go, go, go.
Here we go.
20 minutes remaining.
This guy in front of me, I don't know who that is. He got away pretty poorly. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm just going to back off a little bit, not trying to die the first lap.
On your left.
Usually there are plenty of people who don't make it through the first few turns. Like that.
Left.
Like that.
He's still there. Yellow flag.
Oh.
Watch out. Clear left.
Well, I received a 4X, but I don't think I have any damage.
Clear
oh,
left.
oh. Oh, gosh. That was definitely my fault. Alright, well, we survived. I can't tell if I've got damage. I definitely got hit in the rear. Okay. I can't really...
Nice start, mate. Well
I
done.
feel like the car is kind of oversteery, but I can't tell if that's just from cold tires or if that's from aero damage in the rear. I'm not crab walking. The wheel is straight, so that's usually a good sign. Let's get through the turn here. And now, I don't know what position we're in, but we're behind... I have no idea how to say his name.
Yellow flag.
We're just going to call him Greg. And now the hairpin is a parking lot. Oh, no, it's not. Just one guy. But ideally, we're not going to die here. I think we're doing okay. I don't think we need to pit. There is a faster pair in this series, so if I do kind of discover that there's damage, I might go into the pits, but otherwise I lose a lot of positions to do that. Like, just going through the pit lane is a massive loss of position. But that right there is a typical race start. You know, since these aren't real cars, people get a little brave, and I guess that's to be expected. They try and dive on the inside when they shouldn't. And now this turn is going to be crazy. The chicane is something else on the first lap. I think that guy's probably got damage, so I'm going to brake a little early, maybe at the 120. Oh, and they're going side by side. I didn't... Okay. See if I can sort of switch back on this guy coming through here. Alright, I don't think I'm going to pull off a switchback, yeah. There's a lot of weaving
P10.
going on here. And I'm from P18 to P10. Brake a little early. Not trying to do some sort of mega send on these guys on lap 2. Just trying to stay with them for right now, to be perfectly frank. There are some good overtaking opportunities later in the lap. The chicane is a good one. Spoon can be a good one if you can... Oh, well, that's scary. If you can keep it on the track. Gosh, I don't like that. Especially following so closely. Ooh. I can tell that guy's braking early for this guy, How Mendes. Man, I wish I knew how that name was pronounced. Ooh. And I locked up and went deep, and now Ty, I almost took him out. I'm hoping this guy, Oh, hoping this guy How just kind of crashes out and I can get a free pass, because I don't think if I get past, he'll get back past me, but I just can't see where he is. Yeah, and that was a terrible exit from Spoon, just because I didn't, you know, he was off to the side and I couldn't tell where he was.
You're jumping, Zhao, very much. Jumping down.
Of course, I got a way better run through 130R because I'm not trying to avoid that guy.
Car right. Still there. Still there. Clear right.
That guy Ty tried to send it on me through I think it's 13, the chicane. But because of where I was next to Greg, he couldn't really get by. But P10, I'm not complaining about P10 at this stage of the race, having started from P18. Down to third. Lots of understeer there. Actually, not oversteer management there, it was understeer management, but either way. Grip management. That's the trick. Down to third. Pretty much my favorite part of the track right here.
15 minutes left. On your right. Right side's clear.
That guy had a terrible run because he's trying not to get killed by Mr. Zhao here.
Well done, Matthew. Great move. Keep it up.
That's Jim, my spotter, congratulating me. Even though like it wasn't really a factor of my skill. It was more just Greg trying not to get killed here. Although Zhao seems to be not bouncing so much anymore, or blinking. as we more commonly call it. Oh, what happened to Greg? Greg! Did I take him out? I didn't get any incident points, so I don't think so.
Right side.
Whoa!
Right.
Yay.
Car right. Clear right.
Ay. We'll have to review that and see if that was my fault. Yay. Well, it happens. I am going to run through the pits. There is a fast repair. I will lose places, but... Oh, no, I'm going to get speeding in the pits. Oh!
Had a black flag. We'll need to come into the
crap.
pits.
So I'm definitely losing Howe. Definitely Daniel. Oh, gosh. Why is the number 1 pit box all the way back here? I'm sorry, guys.
You've got 3 laps to serve this penalty. Black flag. We'll need to pit to serve this penalty.
Oh, apparently I'm not losing Howe because he's moving very slowly. We'll review after the race if that was my fault. I don't think it was. Let's go.
Its exit is clear. Don't cross the line.
Now the goal is not to get lapped. This guy Chris is super nice. He and I had a very pleasant conversation yesterday after the race. Hopefully if he catches me, we'll be able to have some nice battling. Yeah, it really sucks. I don't think that was my fault, but what use is there in getting angry? Here we are. And I'm not really worried about the tires. The tires usually take care of themselves. Not the result I wanted as far as incident points go. But, again, only so much you can do. And now that guy's 21 seconds behind. So... I was as far left as I could have been, and I was alongside him. There was no reason for him to be that far to the left of the track.
So Davies behind is now 6.4 seconds.
Thanks, Jim. Let's see if we can make up any places. I think I'm in 15th. So I'm going to say that a top 10 would be spectacular. I don't know if you guys noticed there, but there was a little bit of a moment. The rear end started coming out. That's been really common at Spoon this week. Just really hot track. Crew chief was saying it was 43 Celsius, I think, at the beginning of the race. So really hard to keep that rear end together. But now I've used my fast repair. I have a little bit more control coming up. Come on. That is not what I needed. 9 incident points. I am an A license, but that might be going down today.
Okay, Matthew, keep it nice and smooth.
P13.
Let the race come to us. P13.
No way. Okay, 1 place made up. Let's go. I think. Did I say I thought I was P15? So 2 places? I don't even remember. Well, not gonna complain about it. Gonna take it at face value and just keep going. I don't know. I might benefit from going into 3rd in some of these corners. I don't know. But the thing is, you're all the way at the top of 3rd, so you're right in between gears. And in these cars, you can't mess with the gearing in open setup races, so it wouldn't have even mattered if I did change the setup. And right there, you can see the problem with not hugging. Right there, you can see the problem with not hugging the apex there on that long left-hander. Because I almost went on the grass. If you go on the grass there, it's an instant spin. There's nothing you can do to avoid that spin if you touch the grass. That was some pretty poor trail braking. I let it go way too quick. And let's see, I'm 15 seconds to the next guy, and usually these races go 10 laps. I don't know if I'm only going to get 9 because of the incident. Can't be sure. So we'll just keep driving. A lot of times you get retirements in these races. Another off track. Holy moly.
Okay, Matthew, we've just cut the track.
And right there's the concern with Spoon. I was trying so hard not to lock up or spin that I just didn't get enough brake pressure and went off outside the track limits. My A license is going to be below a 2.0 after this race.
Is increasing. It's now 16 seconds.
I see 11 seconds. Come on, Jim, are you lying to me? You can abuse that curb. You can abuse these curbs. Don't go too far, though. I was very close to getting yet another off track there. I'm actually very lucky I didn't get an off track there. I caught Daniel by like 3 seconds this last lap. I don't know if he made a mistake or if I have some decent pace. I'm more inclined to believe the former than the latter, but hey, if it is the latter, then I have a chance of catching him, passing him on track, which I definitely wouldn't mind. You know, I'm here to compete, even if I'm miles away from everybody else, even if it's a bit of a lonely race. Now here we go. Tires are nice and warm.
It's now
and then we hug that, and there we go. No concern of touching the grass. We can go flat out all the way through this long left-hander. And then brake at the 50, turn in, fourth, brake into third. There we go. Use this whole curb. And now we're getting into a bit of a rhythm. And I've made up another 1.5 seconds on Mr. Ribeiro. Can I catch him in 4.5 laps, though? That's the question. If he makes some mistakes, maybe. If not, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and right there we can see Zhao has lost 6 seconds to me in the last 3 laps. So, it's not tooting my own horn, that's for sure, but he definitely wasn't where he belonged, and I'm more inclined to believe that the incident was his fault, just based on the fact that he's having trouble keeping up. I think
Matthew, you're reeling Ribeiro in. The gap's now 9.5.
Sweet. I'm more convinced to believe that he was trying to block me from getting through because he knew he was faster, because he knew I was faster, and overshot it. Man! 11.
The stewards have warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry. Yeah, and there we go. That was a 2:03. So, oh, Martin's had an incident. See if I can make some ground up on Martin. Well, he's back on the track now, but whoa! Woo, that could have been bad.
You've used half your fuel.
I've used half my fuel. Then you gotta be careful on the throttle here. You get lots of these long, sweeping crest turns, so it can be very difficult to get through them in one piece. Then be careful with the oversteer here, not to touch the grass. And there we go. I'm still working more on Ribeiro.
Mendes has been disqualified.
Ha! And Greg disconnected. Poor Greg. I don't know what happened to him, but I think Zhao deserved it. What lap was that? 3? I think it was lap 3. We'll have to go check, but it was at Spoon. I know that much. We'll check that after the race. And we're still making ground on Mr. Ribeiro here. So. All right, aim for that late apex.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
If you guys watch the steering input, I'm doing this going through Spoon. I think I've probably said it every lap by now, but it's a little sketchy when the track is this high. It's really hard to keep it straight. Lots of counter steer. But here we go. End of lap 7. All right, this time. Okay. Don't get so throttle happy. There we go. You also got to be careful on that curb too. You know, I said you can abuse the curb, but you got to be a little bit gentle with it because, as you can see there, when it picks up or when the right side sort of goes up on the curb, another place gained. Sweet. When the right side sort of goes up on the curb, you risk causing the car to massively oversteer, because it lifts up the left rear the left rear wheel, and if it touches the ground when it's spinning, very easy to get oversteer. Usually you can catch it because you're in a compression by that point, but yeah, just gotta be gentle with it. Well, I can't downshift to third right now, so we're going fourth. Hug this. Little counter steer to prevent from going off into the grass. All I need is Daniel to make a little mistake, and he's mine. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think he's keeping it together enough, and he doesn't have any pressure right now, although... Whoa! Oh, it's a hairpin. Never mind. I was like, what? I was like, he just slowed her right down. Did he spin? But nope, just the hairpin. But then again, I got the gap down to 5 seconds. It was 7 seconds at the beginning of the lap. So, he's struggling. I wonder if he has damage.
You're reeling, Ribeiro in. The gap is now 5.3 seconds.
Hard to know.
Okay, Matthew, 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
All right. Now, obviously, the smoother you can make that, probably the faster you're going to go through it. I haven't quite found the exact spot, and of course, we're almost done with Suzuka for this week. So next week will be Interlagos, and we'll see if we can do a bit better there. But as far as Suzuka goes, can't complain too much. I actually really enjoy the track. I really enjoy this car track combo. It's been like I'm not great at dealing with oversteer or understeer or getting the car to go around the track fast, but this has been a great way to practice dealing with the oversteer.
That time was 2:04.42. That's your fastest lap today.
It's technically not my fastest lap. It's only my fastest lap by, you know, the racing standards of conduct, so to speak, because I went off track in my actual fastest lap. But yeah, I've definitely got more pace than Daniel right now. It's always whoa. Yeah, it's always possible to do that and then lose my advantage. So let's not get too confident here. Let's remember that he's still another racer. He's not that much slower than I am. And getting past him is more than just the fact that I can, you know, drive all the way around the lap 2 seconds quicker. I have to get past him in a corner at some point. So it's not just like I have 30 more horsepower and I'm going to fly by him on a straight. Here we go, whip spoon. Only 1.8 seconds behind now, almost enough for a draft. If he has a little moment going through spoon here, then maybe I'll have a chance to catch him up through 130R. 130R, of course, being the fastest corner on the circuit. The gap is still the same. Let's see if he's feeling brave going through 130R. If he's not, I'll definitely gain a couple tenths. I always take 130. No, I actually lost a tenth. Well, not exactly, but... Ah, man. Had to take the escape road. Ah, I've got a cone!
You'll need to give back the time gained.
Man. At least I didn't get an off track for that one.
Last lap.
Oh, but Martin is at a moment! Here we go. Let's stay focused. Oh, he's out! He's out! Free place. Well, I was hoping for more of a last lap battle, but unfortunately I overshot the braking at the chicane. Really easy to lock up there. I don't know if we've got like a slight crest or something, but something causes the front end to get light, I think. Because the number of front end lockups I've had there...
Okay, Matthew, push now. We can catch up here.
Maybe, Jim, maybe. I'll try my best. You can see, guys, I'm absolutely on the limit. I gotta make sure not to go over the limit. It's gonna make the race much worse if I don't finish than if I finish one place behind him.
Pinto is leading the race.
Oh, Mr. Zhao is back. Maybe he's back to yell at me. I don't know. .4 seconds. Yeah, just not close enough. Unless he spins or something. So let's make sure I get through the chicane this time.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Well, I got through the chicane, and I got within half a second, but it's just not going to happen. So, that's alright. P11 at the line.
P11, and there's the finish. Good result, mate, well done.
Alright. Good race, guys. Let's take a look at those, let's take a look at the start, and we'll take a look at the incident with Zhao. So here is the start. You can see here I had some trouble getting away. And then let's see, let's slow it down right about here. So, we can see we've got this guy coming back on, this guy stopped, and this guy, oh, he got hit by the person behind him. Oh, I barely even got, I got a 0x. Oh, that explains why I didn't notice any damage. Yeah, I got a 0x, and then he had a collision, so I had the 4x applied to me. Which, it sucks, but it is what it is. Now let's quickly go to lap 3. Fast forward. And let's take a look at this incident with Zhao. Here's where I made it by Greg. There's Zhao blinking. And so lead up to here, I had a much better run than he did. Let's just see. It was netcode. He kind of left me room. That's all it is. Just netcode. That sucked. Take a look at the rear chase. Rewind it a little bit. Yeah. No contact. I mean, it's nothing more than a racing incident. So, unfortunately, that happens sometimes, and, you know, it kind of messed up my race a bit. Messed up his race for sure, but it happens. I don't think he was doing as poorly as maybe I was, maybe I suggested during the video, but at the same time, it was a really unfortunate incident. He definitely squeezed me, which is fair. And I didn't actually make contact. I was side by side, and hopefully he would have pulled out if we actually made it into the corner. But unfortunately, that just happens sometimes. So I'll take it as it is, and let's take a look at the results. And here we go. Here are the results for the race at Suzuka. Now, as you can see over here on the left, I'm getting dangerously close to losing my A license. 1.41. I lost 0.61. Really bad. I'm going to have some safe races soon. That being said, most of the races I do are Formula C and F4. So, not overly concerned about losing it for a little bit, but I would like to keep my A license. Now, that was the 4th split of 5, which is why I was at the top of the split. We can see my I rating actually increased by 4, and I lost 0.61 safety rating. The winner of the race was Maximilian Kalinic. Michelle Ostan was 2nd, and Alejandro Pinto was 3rd. I finished 11th, starting 18th. My fastest lap was a 2:04.4 officially. I did do a 2:03.8 unofficially. From the lap where I had an off track. We can see Maximilian had the fastest lap, 2:02.897, and my average lap time was off by 8 seconds. Now, part of that was the pit stop that I had to do. Part of that was just a couple of slow laps trying to avoid incidents. So there are a lot of things that happen. We can see that Greg, unfortunately, he finished 4 laps down. It looks like he had another incident. And Zhao finished 4 laps down as well. I think they had an incident together, and Zhao was becoming a bit of a liability, so I'm not all that surprised that he was disqualified. That being said, if you guys like this race, let me know down below. If you guys want to see more, let me know if you have any thoughts about the form factor of the video. If you guys want to see more of those lap tutorials from my thoughts on how to run the lap with a particular car, I find that I like to look for those, and there aren't a lot of them around. So that's what I'd like to provide to you guys, and I love racing. So we'll be back next week with Interlagos, which is going to be the last race of the iRacing Season 3 Formula 4. So maybe in the off time we'll do races in a different kind of car. Maybe we'll do the Cadillac. LMDH, or they're going to be releasing new vehicles as well, I'm sure. So, very much looking forward to all that, guys. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more Brotato, let me know in the comments. If you want to see another game, let me know in the comments. I'm super stoked that if you guys have joined with me this far, leave a comment down below. Let me know that you made it to the end of the video. I super appreciate you, and I'll be back next week. Thanks, guys.